in a way that you don't notice because you're staring at her hauntingly beautiful face.
Mm-hmm. Like Angelina Jolie.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello. How are y'all doing?
We're good.
I'm doing great!
Okay, Shannon's doing great.
So, I mean, you asked and no one was saying anything, so I was like, I'm doing great!
I would say that, we're doing good. I think Dalton hasn't chimed in on how he's doing.
That's
doing
usually
okay.
not a good sign.
Oh, fine.
Mm. Wow, okay.
What was that?
What?
The whale.
Strangled yelling behind you right after you said you're doing fine.
So I got a new microphone.
Is
So
it haunted?
I got it at an estate sale. It's
Yeah.
it's 400 years old.
Yeah, I got it from this nice family called the Warrens. They had this creepy doll, too. It was a really strange house.
Oh, he deafened so he can't hear us making fun of his mic.
No, the ghost
No, that
got
was
him.
the ghost.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I fucking got him.
And I kind of lose consciousness every 4 days and find myself at a cliff's edge holding a lantern, guiding ships.
for the
Very
first
bizarre.
six
Probably
words
nothing.
of that,
Happens to the
I
best of us.
forgot that we were still doing the bit, and so I was like, oh, Jesus, you should see someone about that.
That's not normal.
And then every 3rd day before the 4th day, I induce amnesia on Jamie specifically, just to make their life difficult. Well, the ghost doesn't do that. I do that. I want to
Can
be
you
clear.
stop, please? It's starting to be debilitating.
Well, my counter argument as to why I won't stop is that it's funny.
Not to me. Or maybe it is and I can't remember.
No, it is. Like, right before I do it, you're like, this is a really funny bit. Please
That
do
would
it.
be the most fucked up thing. Like, all you're doing is taking the humor away, but otherwise doing nothing else.
Yeah. And that's funny.
That is that's like some Reverse Flash type shit. Like, that's diabolical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like,
And
Okay, do I sound okay now?
Very quiet, but otherwise good.
oh, that's Shannon.
no, that was my brother.
Okay, I can change the volume on the microphone, so just tell me when I'm at a good level.
Okay.
Is it now?
I would love to if you would start talking.
Okay, just,
Is it now?
okay,
Well,
that's
Is it
good.
now?
Too much.
Oh.
Go back, go back, go back, go back. Go back.
Is it now?
Yeah.
Yes. That's perfect. Legitimately perfect. Don't touch it.
Okay.
There we go. Now we got him. Screams and all. It's great. The screams let us know that Dalton's having a good time.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
He really wouldn't. But it is 8:04, and we have a session 2 to get to. So, Dalton, would you do the honors of giving the first recap of Tattercoat Knights?
Happily.
Now, I do need to tell you, there is a requirement for recaps in Tattercoat Knights.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Okay.
You have to begin your recap with the words, "Once upon a time."
Gotcha. Okay. Once upon a time, a bunch of random people fell from the sky, including one, a 19-year-old by the name of Astrana and her chicken. Astrana landed chest first onto a tree and was impaled. At which point, several of the other random people showed up to try and help. First was Jericho, who tried but didn't really do much. Then was Gwyn, who actually just climbed the tree and got her down. Then Anya showed up, and then Alfie in quick order. We discussed a little bit about who we were, where we were prior to the fall, discovering that we were at disparate places around the rings, except for Gwyn, who apparently doesn't know where she was. We then started trekking through this forest we had found ourselves in, eventually finding a helpful local by the name of Newton Gex, who appears to be a salamander of some form. We talked to him a bit. He was very confused by our entire deal. Mainly the fact that we were mammals and weren't covered head to toe in hair. But after a little while, he sort of landed on the idea that we might be the Tattercoat Knights, beings of legend who don't look like the people here and will just show up at some point when the skybound lands, which is what this place is called, are in danger. Most of the group pretty much just accepted that at face value. And then he said that a villain by the name of Dr. Quasit was responsible for all that was wrong in the world, and he was over in that direction, like not far, just over there. Please go deal with that. So we did. We went over there, and we found an otter man by the name of Dr. Ignatius Cuthbert Quasit.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to make it so that the skybound lands in their entirety experience 99% humidity 100% of the time, except for him, who would have a special bubble to protect him from it. We then had an extended discussion about the effectiveness of that plan for like getting him the rulership he wanted. And then we started fighting him, starting out with me trying to shoot him with a gun. And then we got attacked by pressure elementals. He shot us with a Charlie horse ray. Eventually, we just sort of defeated the elementals, destroyed the machine. He got teleported away. Jericho still thinks he's in a dream. And we went back to Newton Gex with the property that Quasit had stolen from him. Including a map of the skybound lands, and decided that we would try to make our way to, I believe it was Lowfalutin.
Lowfalutin. Then, at the moment, we begin in the forest over yonder, as all of you begin to make your way through the forest with your new friend, Newton Gex. As you guys are walking through a now sunny day, is there anything you would like to do or talk about?
Anya's definitely periodically checking the ground for rocks, just like glancing at it.
Then, as you're glancing around, go ahead and roll a d6 for me. 4. As you're looking around the ground, you start picking up some beautiful shiny rocks, and you pick up one, and it kind of vibrates for a moment, and the rock kind of pops open, as you can see like 5 or 6 snails just begin to wiggle out of the rock, almost in like all directions. It's almost like they just kind of like burrowed inside this rock.
Oh, well, look at this. I found some more companions. And I'll show the snails to everyone.
Oh, they're so cute. Do they talk too?
Are you trying to listen?
Yeah.
So you listen in, you just hear very quietly, "Run! Run!"
Oh, poor dears. I think you're scaring them. You might want to put them back down.
Ah, right. And Anya will go ahead and find like a nice shady spot to put them back down.
Gotcha.
Didn't mean to frighten you. Was just checking the local geology. And when she puts them down.
Yatter! That's not what I'm saying. I just can't find the gif of John Mulaney.
So are you particularly interested in geology?
Ah, I do enjoy a good rock, good mineral. I mean, the shiny ones, they look great in clothes. And Anya will flourish a bit and kind of spin around, showing the shiny stones that are embedded in her clothing.
Oh,
They,
gorgeous.
thank you.
I'll let you know if I find any.
And you make all these yourself?
I do indeed. And the most interesting things about rocks and stones is that they tell a story. A story about the land.
Hadn't really thought of it that way, but I mean, it looks beautiful.
Yes, you just have to learn their language, I suppose.
You look over,
You-
and Jericho has just been frantically scribbling in a notebook and has been practically writing down everything you say.
Ah. Any reason you're scribbling down there?
Oh, I'm hoping that I can remember this when I wake up. It's going to make a great novel.
Right. Right. I do fear that you are awake right now.
Don't think so.
Are your dreams normally like this?
No. But it would make sense given some family history stuff.
What kinds of family history?
Oh, yeah, my mom was an oneiromancer.
Was what?
An oneiromancer?
Oh, okay.
Someone who can glean information about the future through their dreams.
Very interesting.
Fascinating. I wish I could do that.
Hey,
Me too.
what? It. I wouldn't. I don't suggest it as a method personally.
Suppose it could be one of those things that could be a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, for mom, it kind of took on some less than savory aspects, but yeah.
So if you think this is a dream and it's because of that family history stuff, wouldn't that make this just the future and going to happen anyway?
Maybe.
Hmm.
Well, dreams in general are sort of, a little vague, but even if it's not vague, and this is just my future, it would still make a good book.
Yeah, it is very exciting. I really can't wait to tell my mom about it when I get back.
That kind of begs a little question. Where are all of you from?
Havel.
I am from Zell.
Eldorf.
A place called Gizep.
I'm from Shavaden.
You watch as Newton Frog blinks. One eye, and then the other. Then just kind of looks to all of you and says, "Whackity, I don't know any of those places."
safe to assume that they're all down.
I'm from the Prime Ring.
I like to imagine that's exactly how Europeans feel when they ask an American where they're from.
Does that help?
No. Why is it a prime ring?
It's the one in the middle.
There are many?
Yeah.
There's 4.
Currently 4, yeah.
I'm from the Titanic Ring.
It was in the middle, I should say, before the
Oh,
4th one showed up.
Did all of you have a big old growth spurt?
Sorry?
Huh?
Well, rings, aren't they usually pretty small?
No, these are planetary rings. They go around the planet.
Another frog blink. What's a planet?
It's a big old round thing in the sky.
Gadzooks, really?
Yeah.
It's like one of these islands, but like a lot bigger, and it's out in space.
And it's round?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you not fall off?
Well, we live on the planet. We
Oh
live
wait,
on the
you
ring
fell.
around the
Oh, you fell. That's why you're here. You did fall off. And you can see he starts like writing that down.
Well, the spot we live on isn't round, though. It's circular, but it's not a sphere.
Hmm.
Because we live on the ring around the planet, see?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Colin, does the average person know about the cosmic stack?
Yeah.
Do we want to get into dimensional logistics with Newton Gas?
How hard can we blow this guy's mind right now?
Yeah.
You know what? I will hold off on that.
I do think upon
We don't have time
hearing-
for the pancake discussion.
I do think upon hearing all of this, Anya is inspecting the rocks very fervently, trying to be like, okay, I can tell what mineral this is. Maybe I can tell briefly how old it is. I don't have instruments, but like something weird. I already knew something weird was going on, but maybe this can give some sort of answer.
Yeah. Like as you start picking them up, like you find like basic shale, like you find quartz deposits, other sedimentary rock here. It's like, okay, I'm finding things I recognize. This little gecko man, though, he just is not recognizing some basic things for you guys.
Well, the minerals are things I recognize.
Well, that's good. Are you from, a forest like this one?
No, I grew up in a city.
Oh golly, I can't imagine creatures as strange as you all walking around everywhere.
Well, we're all over the place down there.
Whoa.
I suppose there were forests around.
There are multiple forests over yonder?
Well, it wasn't. They go by different names. Some of them would have different trees, fauna, flora, and different rocks on different elevations based on where they are.
Very confusing. Seems like a lot to keep track of.
Wait,
It is.
so is there only one forest? Is it just the forest over yonder?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm starting to get how this works, actually.
What is it? How can there be more than one forest over yonder?
This and the stuff you said earlier, I think it's starting to click for me.
How so?
So, where we come from, forests are just places that you can see and then go to and then exit, and they exist in a finite space. And then when you go out the other side, you could just go around the forest and not go in it at all, and you'd sort of reach the same place eventually.
Yeah, that's how this forest works. What are you talking about?
So, if I'm just guessing here, I'm sort of going by dream logic. I think I'm grasping it correctly. The forest over yonder is the place you go to that is the sort of middle spot that you have to go through to get to a different place in the skybound lands. But to get to another place, you kind of always have to go through the forest over yonder. Am I correct?
That's silly, no.
Okay. All right.
You call
I
this
thought I was working with something there.
Skybound Lands, right?
Oh, sorry, what about the Skybound Lands?
You call it that, right?
Yeah,
What is a sky to you?
that's a sky, and he points up at the sky.
So if you have a sky, but this is the Skybound Lands, why do you think it is called that? Wouldn't it be
Because we're in the sky?
right? But if that's a sky, and we're in the sky, does that start to help solidify where we might be from?
No.
Downward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Below.
Any lands around here that aren't skybound.
Okay, but you fell down, didn't you?
We fell
Yeah,
up.
well, sort of.
We-
I mean, I
fell
kind of
up.
fell
Fell
up
and then down.
first. Yeah,
I fill up.
I also fell up.
But you fell down.
No, we fell up.
both.
We did both.
We fell up first and then down.
Like when
think.
you throw like a rock up in the sky and then it comes back down.
Frog blink.
Like it goes up first, and then eventually at a certain point it stops going up, and then it comes back down.
Oh, I get it now. Yeah.
Yes, we're from the ground-bound lands.
I didn't know that such a thing existed.
Oh, we didn't know the skybound lands existed.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised I didn't know this. It feels like something you would just sort of figure out by looking up.
Well, maybe I'll have to go exploring there and find the best fishing spot.
Maybe stick with up here for now.
Okay.
A lot's going on down there.
Like what?
Also,
Just a lot.
Okay.
I wouldn't get too deep into it.
Yes,
I
Astrana?
also don't know how to get you safely down.
Oh.
Like if the same goes for us though. I honestly don't know how we're getting back.
We're not even sure how we got up.
Well, you came to save us, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm sure that the Breezeborn gods will send you back once you're done.
Can I ask about that, actually? Never heard of them.
What?
Yeah, never heard of them.
But they're the gods.
We kind of have our own down there.
Huh? Which ones?
Well, there's Zell and
Yeah.
the rest.
There's Brekendal, there's
There's Sin.
oh god.
Sin?
There's like there's layers. There's the material ones, and they sort of just
There's
walk
Ishin.
around.
These
Oh,
are
yeah,
really
there's Ishin.
dumb names.
Okay, what are your gods' names then?
Well, the goddess of the sun is named Hareen.
Okay.
God of the sea is Marlir.
Okay.
Gauth is the goddess of the wind. I mean, you know Torin, god of weather.
Sorry, these are new.
Nilwick, he's the god of night. He should be coming pretty soon. And then
All of these are brand new.
Tanir, the goddess of the clouds and the land and home.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I've spent a lot of time in a church, and I don't. None of these names are familiar to me.
Hmm.
Yeah, no. We got, I mean, if you want to go higher, we got Death, Illusion, Logic,
Illusion?
Lord of Mists, that's one.
Do you worship like a Velki pantheon?
What is that?
Well, technically I live in the Tillages, and a lot of people there don't believe in the Breezeborn. They worship the Velki instead. We don't talk about the Gunther people.
Gunther people.
Like Gunther Isling, yeah.
Who's that?
It's there are some people who don't believe in the Breezeborn or the Velki. They just believe in Gunther Isling. But they're a little strange. I mean, they're fun to be around, but they're just strange.
Okay, so that sounds like a prophet.
No, he's a god. I don't think
Oh,
he's ever been seen.
okay. All right.
But, they believe that, Gunther Isling is, like the god of the Skybound lands, I think. I don't know, I haven't really
Well, maybe.
talked to a bunch of Gunther Isling people. Mainly we just dance.
Oh. Well, maybe that's the deal. Maybe it's just, we in the ground-bound lands got our gods. You guys in the sky-bound lands got your own, and it's a separate thing entirely.
Okay. Well, I guess at very least the Breezeborn gods probably like you.
Well, let's hope so.
I don't want to be alarmed, but I think we might be a little lost.
Yeah?
Yeah, I haven't seen this part of the forest before.
Looking around the forest, does it seem like it has a different vibe to us, or does it just seem like the rest of the forest we've been walking through so far?
Just seems like the rest of the forest.
What's different about this part?
I haven't been here before.
Hey, could you do me a favor, Newton? Can you describe the place we're trying to go?
Well, it's a town. It's called Lowfalutin. It's got houses. Some of them have grass growing on the roofs. There's a well in town. It has some fresh water. Everyone likes to have fun. We don't have libraries there.
Okay.
You do or don't have libraries there?
Well, we don't. We're not, that uppity like that.
I'm not big into reading.
Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. I still think we're probably on maybe the right track.
Is there not a path or track you usually follow to get there? Do you know how to get back to where you have been before?
Well, usually I try to find a breezeway and kind of orient myself from there. But usually I just get walking and the forest takes me where I need to go.
What's a breezeway?
It's like when the trees
Is this
grow
something to
into
do
each
with the
other.
breeze stones you talked about earlier?
Oh, no, 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 no. The breeze stones are, yeah, very, very powerful. And, I've actually never seen one, so I don't know if they're big or not. But this is when the trees grow into each other.
Trees grow into each other.
Yeah, and it
Like
makes kind of like an arch,
Ah,
and the wind goes through it really fast.
Have we seen anything like that around here as we've been like walking so far?
Oh no.
No.
do you know where we could possibly find one? Maybe we can use that to orient ourselves.
I mean, I know where some are. I've never been to this part of the forest before, so I don't know where I am now.
Well,
Mhm.
did you... I mean, we were certainly somewhere before. Did you know more about where we were before? I mean, it would be a bit of backtracking, but perhaps we could go back so we could better orient ourselves.
Maybe. I don't really know that. I was trying to, explore this place to find new spots. And I ran out of string. Well, I didn't run out of string. A bird went and bit my string in half, and then it flew off with my string.
Oh. It's quite unfortunate.
Yeah, and then I went up to a guy for help, but that guy turned out to be Dr. Closet, and he robbed me. But then I met you guys, and so things got better.
Yeah. Also, can I actually ask another question? So you mentioned last time earlier that that Dr. Quasit scattered or broke the breeze stones.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Well, I was talking to my friend Bungled a few days ago, and he's the one that told me about it. And I think he heard it from his nan, so maybe a week?
Okay. It does a lot, I guess.
Well, do you know from around these parts what direction No Fountain is in? If it's north, we can keep trekking north. See if we find one of those breezeways to get you oriented. Otherwise, we might want to backtrack.
Well, I know it's technically to the north of us.
Well then, if we go north, it's a better chance of us figuring out where we are. So, I mean, I suppose we'll just eventually hit the edge of the island, but then we'll at least kind of see where we're going.
Okay.
Right, how does that
We
sound
could
to everyone else?
also, Gwen, you seem like you're really good at climbing. Maybe you could climb up a tree and look around and see if you see one of those breezeways.
Yeah, I could see. Actually, any particularly tall trees around here that might give me a better view
Yeah,
above the tree line?
there are some tall trees that you could probably climb.
Alright. I'm gonna try climbing a tree and getting a better view.
Gotcha. Then go ahead and make a physical check, and this will count as exploring new places.
Awesome. So I get to roll 3d6 more?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Two successes.
2. As you get up here, the sun is beginning to slowly set in the sky. It's about 6:15 at night here. But kind of in this golden hour period as you scour the surrounding forest that seems to go on for miles and miles, you are able to see what you think is a path, maybe a mile and a half to your northeast, just kind of snaking through the forest.
All right. In that case, I will climb back down and tell everyone else. Well, it looks like if we go about maybe a mile and a half northeast, might find a path to get back onto that might lead us better than just wandering off somewhere.
That sounds very agreeable.
Sounds like a plan.
Great job.
Cool.
All right. I'll start leading the way.
All right. Then, are the rest of you getting on the path with Gwyn?
Yes.
Yep.
Also, Jericho will intermittently try picturing the place as Newton described it, shutting his eyes and opening them, expecting to just show up there.
Okay.
Because he's in a dream, and that's how it works.
Yeah, as you would be doing so, you hear a voice kind of pipe up. Hey, boss! Boss, you okay, boss?
Yep. Doing fine, Piero. Doing fine.
Boss, you're blinking really hard.
It's nothing. It's nothing at all. Do you want to get some air, or are you good in the pocket still?
I'm good in the pocket.
Okay.
As he's
Yeah, I'm fine.
yeah, he's just curling up. He would probably poke his head out and go, "Hey, do you have some leaves, some grasses, maybe?"
Are there any like leaves or grasses just on the forest floor?
You are in a forest. Yes.
Yeah, I know, but are they like, you know what? Are they like autumn, like crunchy dead, or are they live? Or
Some
green?
are autumn crunchy dead. Yeah.
I'll go for green, more recently fallen.
Gotcha. Then kind of put it in your pocket, and Piero will start fashioning more of a nest in the pocket.
Nice. That's what you're doing. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for more materials for you.
Oh, yeah. Now, how long are you wanting to be walking down this path?
I'm not sure, but I do have something to ask Anya.
Okay.
Anya, do you happen to have any extra cloth with you? Scraps is fine.
Not currently. You see, I wasn't exactly expecting to be swept up. I mean, I do have a tent. That's cloth.
Estrana, how about loose feathers from Henrietta?
Um, Henrietta doesn't seem to have any like loose ones that have come out now, right?
Yeah? She's a chicken. Chickens always have
So-
loose feathers.
How many do you need?
Oh, whatever you have. It's for Piero.
Oh,
Speaks very loudly. Assuming I could hear him and Jericho talking.
Yeah.
Henrietta, do you mind if I take a couple of these?
No.
Right. Thanks, girl. And Estrana will take a couple of the loose feathers and pass them to... Since they're going to Piero, she'll pass them to Jericho.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll just sort of hold them over the pocket. You want some of these?
Yeah. And he's just gonna, like, snatch him up.
Yep, pass them in.
I'm just imagining that Jericho has one bulging pocket because of the rat nest that's happening in it.
Slightly damp too, because he chose fresh leaves that are currently
He's
being
gonna-
shredded.
He's gonna start, like, using sticks and stuff to, like, give structure to it, like, make walls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's just gonna be, like, full scaffolding in my pocket.
No, it's just gonna be like one box shape coming off of you, like a fancy apartment.
Yeah. With an overlook.
Man, if we meet the
balcony.
cops and they do a pat down, this is gonna be wild.
You just hear
Uh,
the pocket go, "Come back with a warrant!"
Thank you for that, Estrana. Thank you for that, Henrietta. And thank you for that outfit.
Of course.
For how long we're traveling, I think probably either until like at this point, has the sun is still currently setting?
Yeah.
Probably either until it's dark or until we find the path, whichever comes
You're
first.
on the path. I'm
Oh, we did make
specifically
it onto the path.
asking how long are you on the path?
Ah.
I guess till dark.
Yeah, I mean, that
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Gotcha. Then right around sunset, as you're walking, you actually come to a fork in the road. You can see there are 3 signs at this fork. One sign that heads off more to the west says Lamplighter's Lodge. The sign going northward says Low Falutin. And the sign going more east says the Lake of the Faded Winds.
Looks like our path, but Newton, if you were looking for fishing spots, would you want to head to that lake?
I think I've heard of that lake before. I just don't know where.
Hmm.
What was that name of the lake one more time?
It says the Lake of the Faded Winds.
Okay.
Well, are you interested in seeing it, or do you want to go straight back to Loflutin?
I'd be interested in seeing it, I guess. It's getting a little dark, though.
I was about to say, I mean, maybe
Oh,
we should
yes,
head to
for sure.
Loflutin, get some, I don't know, lodging or a safe place to sleep, and then maybe we can check out the lake some other time.
How close is Loflutin, though? If it's too far away, we may as well just camp here.
Do you recognize the sign?
No.
Well, maybe we'll camp here first if we don't know how far away it is. Get going again in the morning.
That's what you guys want to do, sure.
Is there anything dangerous that comes out at night, or do you think we're safe camping out here?
Oh, we're definitely safe. You guys are the Tattercoat Knights.
If you weren't with us, would you feel safe just camping in the woods?
Well, yeah, I've done it for the past week.
Okay, cool. Then let's just do that.
Gotcha. Then are you guys trying to, fashion up a campfire?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Then, as you guys are putting together a campfire, is there anything you guys are doing while you're making camp and making dinner?
Anya will set Maple down and give her some food.
Gotcha. You can see Maple is just going to go ahead and look at the food. Where's my fish?
Don't have it yet.
Oh, what do you mean by this?
I mean, I don't have it yet.
Please get it.
Well, I can't get it right now.
Why not?
It's dark out. We're too far away from the place where we get the fish.
I can see perfectly in the dark.
Well, I cannot.
You are an inferior being. Give me scritches.
That is true. Here you go. And also, this is the only food you can have right now.
I will eat it begrudgingly. Do better tomorrow.
I will certainly try, and I'm going to scratch her.
And she'll purr.
Who's the cutest little girl? You're the cutest little girl.
I am the cutest little girl.
Meanwhile, Piero just gets a share of whatever ration Jericho happens to be eating.
Mm-hmm. He's happy
And I
for
don't
all
even
of
know
it.
where the fuck Frank is.
You don't see him.
I'll put out a tiny little bit of whatever my little book says that fish will appreciate for food.
Gotcha.
Just kind of on the ground next to the tent, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Also,
Astrana might have some. Oh, sorry, we're still going.
Oh no, you go first.
Astrana probably has some, like some blueberries or something she took along as like a treat for herself and Henrietta. Then she'll split those with Henrietta now.
Gotcha. See, Henrietta's just gonna be pecking at them, and occasionally wanders off and starts pecking at bugs in the undergrowth.
Good for her.
I think as we're feeding our pets, Anya will sort of ask, some of you, when we were talking about where we're from, mentioned you were from the Titanic Ring, if I heard correctly?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is that like? I've never been off the Prime Ring. Titanic Ring sounds very different and exciting.
I've never left Geldorf. But I mean, Geldorf's pretty cool. It I don't know. It's a town. We've got a really cool hill. And there's an orchard nearby. That's where Henrietta and I were when we fell into the sky.
What kind of things are grown in the orchard?
I mean, let's see. There's some apple trees. I don't really like any of the apples, but my mom likes them. Let's see. There's blackberry bushes, elderberry trees. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff.
It's good fruit. It's a good town.
Yeah. What's the Prime Ring like? Because I've never been.
Well, I've been from multiple different places, in Zell specifically. Originally from the more northern part of Zell, and I had to cross the mountains. There's some pretty big mountains in Zell. Some Aarakocra live up there. It's pretty interesting. Lots of big towns, lots of big cities.
Yeah, you haven't been near my neck of the woods?
Where were you from again?
Avel.
Havel. No, but I believe my half-sister's uh, father might have.
Okay.
Have you been to...
Cat bites your leg.
What do you want?
Give me more attention.
And I will pick her up and hold her in front of everyone. Look at the cat.
I am the cat.
I'm ordering them all to look at you and admire you.
Look at me.
Look at her.
Beautiful, yes.
She's very cute.
I'm looking at the cat.
The cat bites you, Anya.
I'm
Stop
still
holding me.
her. I'm going to keep holding you.
The cat just begins to like bite you.
This is fine, and I'm gonna do that thing where I hug her close and she's probably squirming.
Oh yeah, just complete like squirm. Unhand me! Unhand me!
Eventually I'll just sort of loosen my grip so she can climb on my back.
He just like wiggles out and like scampers away a small distance, but will like slowly return.
Right, have you been to Laurel or Beacon?
I haven't really left the Val, I'll be honest. I did a little bit, but only just neighboring towns and cities.
Gotcha.
I haven't ventured very far afield.
I haven't traveled much either.
Oh, he wasted his own...
um, However, I did want to say, interesting fact, Astrana. Um, you know how you were just feeding Henrietta just then?
Yeah.
You could tell the future with that.
How?
Well, it's called what was it? I think electriomancy. Basically, the way you do it is you lay out feed for a chicken, and the chicken goes and it eats, and then you read the symbols in the negative space left by the feed the chicken has eaten.
I'd be a little bit influenced now by the fact that Henrietta has been given sapient intelligence.
Only if you tell her.
Now, if I look at her, is she paying attention to this?
No, absolutely not. Just off in the woods, just pecking.
I think we're safe.
And even then, you could still do it. It would just stop being electromancy and start being bird astrology, which is a different thing. There are so many ways to tell the future. It's ridiculous.
Looking at the what she'd left behind of the stuff I gave her before she wandered off, does it look like there's enough negative space to try what Jerica's telling me about?
There is negative space, yeah.
It works better with like feed or something, that covers a wider surface area, but you could probably do it with that.
Is there any way Maple could tell the future?
Probably.
Hairball, maybe?
That could do it, maybe. I also know a few methods of reading the future just through eye color. That's another thing you can do.
Could you tell one of our futures?
I could try. I could give it a shot, I suppose.
Well, I'm like a 2-in-1 deal. I've got 2 different colors.
Yeah, that's very true. Very
Does that
true.
mean I have 2 futures? I suppose everyone has more than 2 futures. Got many.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into this sort of thing.
what are some other ways you would tell the future? Rather, unless we've...
Me?
Yeah.
Like, me personally.
Yeah.
I've done tarot a few times. Dactylomancy, that's a fun one. Bibliomancy, also interesting. You got the typical auspices and astrology. There's tasseography. My sister does horospexy. That's never been my personal forte, but she does all right.
What's your favorite to do?
I personally like dactylomancy. I just think it's sort of the easiest to read from my personal experience. However, the quickest is always going to be palmistry.
And bactiliomancy, what is that one?
Dactylomancy is where you take like a ring, or it could be just a heavyweight, but typically it's a ring, and you tie a string around it, and you sort of set up a circle of like letters and symbols and stuff, and you suspend the ring over the center, and then the ring will sort of just, as the pendulum, just sort of swing and intersect with different letters and symbols, and you can sort of interpret messages from that.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, there's a million different ways to see the future. It can honestly be a little ridiculous sometimes. Like, for example, there's abacomancy, which is reading the future with dust. Just dust.
Interesting. Can you do the eye color one on me? Or is that not one that you do?
I'm a bit out of practice with it, but I could try.
I'm willing to be a test subject.
All right, sure. What color are her eyes again?
So one of her eyes is very dark brown, the other one is gray. Does it matter which one is which?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And you sort of look into her eyes a little bit. Hmm. Sort of just giving it a once over, I'd say be careful of any genetic liver problems. You also might be a little bit more likely to develop congested sinuses. This is the sort of iridology thing is a bit better with sort of health future.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Try it on me next. When you're done.
Sure, I guess. I think also, Jericho will just. Can he use note in the sleeve on the others?
You could, yeah.
I'd like to get a bit more insight into Alfie.
Ooh, bit more insight into Alfie regarding what exactly?
Jericho feels like Alfie has a problem with him. And he wants to know what that's about.
I don't.
Specifically, like, when we were fighting Quasit, Alfie seemed extremely opposed to Jericho possibly owning a gun, possibly using a gun, or just most of what he did.
I am opposed to this slaughter of innocents. Yeah.
We have different
But
definitions of innocent, but go on.
okay, of the disadvantaged. I think generally Alfie though is pretty like interested in Jericho as a person and is genuinely excited to be around somebody who's that knowledgeable about like different forms of knowledge of magic, especially like divination based magic.
Gotcha.
It's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yes, had a huge issue with threatening to shoot an otter that we could have easily just taken down with fists, though. But not going to judge too much,
Well, there
given
you
that
go.
you currently think it's a dream.
Gotcha. um. Go ahead.
I think hearing that Jericho, Strana's also, she's also really interested in Jericho's practices with divination. I think her mind reader might trigger as she's just trying to sift through like maybe some cool readings he's given or his experiences, kind of learning the different types.
Gotcha. I think that's a save for Jericho then.
Okay, what kind?
Mental.
Okay.
We both roll, and it is whoever has the most successes.
I got one.
I got 2.
Okay, so you're looking for what? How he learned to do this?
Yeah, how he learned to do it. Maybe readings that stuck out in his mind. Just something in that general area.
You see a very tiny orc child in a very dark place, like physically dark. Like just the area he's in is very dark. Bent over an extremely old, kind of beaten up book. Seems probably handwritten. With a taller orcish woman behind him, and he's just sort of one hand on his head, like half falling asleep as he's trying to read the words in the book. Like, just, he is, like, this is just a kid who's being forced to study something, and he is working hard and trying, but God, it's boring.
Wow,
you probably
he's
also
really been
just
doing.
pick up. You probably also just pick up family history of it. Long line of this.
Oh, you've really been doing this a long time, huh?
Kinda. Yeah. I'm not as good in certain areas as others, but I can do my best. Personally, in the 2 services my business offers, I prefer the detective stuff. But weirdly, or maybe not weirdly, the fortune telling gets requested more.
Well, thank you very much for the service, and Anya will go ahead and pass 1 gold coin for it. That's just, if you want more for it, I can give you more.
I'm fine, thank you. I appreciate you paying me at all, frankly.
Oh, yes, take this coin. Take it from me.
Okay, taken, thank you.
Maple, do you require payment in scratches?
Yes, in lieu of fish.
Would you be so kind as to pet the cat?
Yeah, sure. And I pet the cat.
Mm-hmm. And you hear
Roll
the
visible.
arrow from your pocket go, I hope you know what you're doing, boss. Hope you know that thing's a murderer. It kills ecosystems. Think of the birds, boss. Think of the birds. That's an apex predator, boss.
Yeah, I'm scratching with my left hand and keeping my right breast pocket that Piero is in, like, away. Like, I am fully just holding my left hand out as far as it can extend to scratch the cat.
Mm-hmm. You can see Maple just kind of like opens one eye. It is okay, human. I shall not eat your companion.
I'm an orc, for one, but okay.
Sorry.
Thanks for saying that.
You are a human to me, human.
She's
Okay.
I'm sorry. She's you're the first orc she's seen.
Alright.
I
It's
guess what they
fine.
say about the people in Zealous too. That's not in character. That's not in character. That's not in character. I just
But
thought it was
also,
funny.
she's an indoor cat. She really only sees Anya.
um, mm,
Could you potentially read my future in the eyes as well?
could I don't know, could I do, like, would you mind if I varied it and do something else, actually?
Sure.
Okay, I can do, uh, are there birds around?
There are.
Well, I could do auspices. No. You know what? Actually, you know what? Wait, is it night at this point?
Yes.
Are the stars different?
No.
Okay. Hmm. I could do a straw. No. Here, let me just read your palm. How about that?
Oh, I don't know that that's the best one. My hands are a little
No?
cold at the moment.
Okay.
You can always help you warm them up by the fire.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, let's go near the fire.
And Newton's just gonna like throw more sticks on the fire.
I will
Sophie's
hold my
hands
hand.
gloved right now.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess I'll scooch closer to the fire and take off my glove and kind of hold the hand near the fire as much as I can.
Okay. Are you wanting to warm up your hand?
I'm just holding it out towards Jericho.
Okay.
Still very, very close to the fire, though.
Here.
Probably a
Well,
little
no, you
closer than
said you were
necessary, but
you said you didn't want me to do that, so I will do something else. Here. And he sort of goes into his pack and pulls out a book. Says, I'll do bibliomancy. That works fine. Do you have any particular questions you want answered, or just sort of a general thing?
oh, just a general thing would be fine. No, I'll put my gloves back on.
He pulls out a book and he just starts flipping through pages without even looking at it, and then just sort of stops randomly and points.
Cuddle. Fish.
Puddle.
Cuddle.
A cuttlefish.
Fine.
Cuttlefish.
Oh.
I have a feeling, with this reading, that Frank is going to be a bit more significant in your life events than he is currently.
Thank
That's
you.
just sort of what I get of a
Yeah.
gut feeling.
Does it say it's in a good way or a bad way? Because I hope it says I'm treating him well. I hope.
Well, I am not particularly sure. This method's a bit inaccurate, but it just sort of gives a general direction that things might go in. Doesn't really state whether it's positive or negative, just Frank will be important.
Fine. Thank you.
Could I have a palm reading? if you're not tired from the others.
Sure. I mean, a
And
little.
Estrana will. Oh, do you want to wait until the morning?
Here.
No,
I
I
kind
mean,
of
if
would.
he's.
And I am just a bit tired.
Okay, no problem.
Hang on. I also wanted to ask you. You were you with her when you fell up?
With Henrietta?
No, your mom.
Oh, my mom? No.
Oh,
Uh,
you
why do you
mentioned that
ask?
you mentioned you were gonna like help her out with something, and she needed you for something, and when you fell.
Oh, no, I mean, she needs my help back on the farm.
Oh, fair point. Uh,
It's just us two out there.
oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of work.
It is. But we get it done.
Good. Uh, I try to get it done back in the Vel, but well, hasn't always worked.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that with everything, I think. Some harvests are better than others. I imagine some of your detective cases are better than others.
Well, just sort of generally speaking, yes, but I was speaking more monetarily.
Oh,
Yeah. Weirdly, this is a pretty good break. Trying to worry about my rent.
Yes, the open air, open sky, I suppose.
It's a
Sometimes,
fascinating place, if anything.
yes, sometimes it's nice to just see something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Meet new people. Find out your
Yeah.
cat can talk. And if I thought she was demanding before.
What do you mean by this?
Oh, you know exactly what I mean by this, Maple. Here, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to have a nice warm lap you can lay in if you so desire.
Good, good. And Maple will, slowly walk over and settle in your lap.
Now it appears I cannot go anywhere.
Hmm. You maybe should have gotten in your tent before you offered.
I'll figure something out. It's not like I haven't just sat on a chair with her on my lap and then wanted to go to bed, so I just picked her up and she protested, but then I put her on the bed and then I got on the bed and she was fine. But the moments between that, the world may as well have been ended.
Hmm.
And while Anya says this, she is making sure to give a good massage behind Maple's ears to make sure that she's not actively listening.
Mm-hmm.
if we're starting to get ready for bed, Estrana will kind of track down wherever Henrietta wandered off to.
Not far. You can see Henrietta's
Far.
just, at this point, staring into the forest.
You see anything out there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like what?
Oh, I see your gravestone. And Henrietta walks back to the camp.
Uh, looking out there, do I see anything?
Oh my god.
Yep, about 50 feet away, you can see your gravestone just in the forest. It says Astrana
What?
on it.
Oh, walk towards it.
Okay. You can walk towards it.
All this stuff happening to Astrana for real.
And you go there and you see it has your birthday 19 years ago. And then death date tomorrow, the 2nd of Lion Year, 777 AR.
Cool. I just found out a new way to tell the future. Guess the chicken could do it.
Just ask the chicken.
Ah,
Instead of going through all
Jericho
this
so much
rigmarole of
time.
having it like eat and interpreting negative space, just ask the chicken.
I think Estrada's just staring at it in shock. I don't think she knows what to do about this.
Okay.
As a personal favor, can you look to see if there's any other ones next to it?
I mean, do I see anything else around, or is it just my gravestone?
It's just your gravestone.
Cool, thanks, bud.
This game, the Skybound Lands just doesn't like you. What the heck?
Gonna call
Yeah,
back.
you started the day impaled.
Hey Jericho.
Yeah,
You're good with symbols and futures and stuff.
sure.
What do you think it means when you find a grave with your death date on it for tomorrow?
You found a what?
I'm sorry.
I go over
What?
to where she is.
I can't go over. I'm occupied.
I'll tell you what I find.
I'm gonna follow Jericho.
I'm following too.
Tell me what you find.
Go over to where Estrada is. Do I just see her tombstone?
Yeah, you see the tombstone right there.
Well, I'll be honest. This is probably the clearest, least interpretable thing I've ever seen.
Does it look like the ground in front of the gravestone has been disturbed at all? Like something might actually be buried at it? Or is
No.
it just the gravestone?
Just the gravestone.
Okay.
Does the
Just the gravestone.
seem old?
No. Seems
No.
freshly planted in the ground.
Freshly planted. Oh boy, okay. I mean, it's not exactly a good portent. Do you have any fatal allergies you're aware of?
No, I don't think so.
Hey,
Have you seen any of this sort of strange thing or omen like this in the past?
No, I don't think so. My life's been, I mean, pretty normal. I think the only really weird thing that happened was Henrietta appearing, but that was just cool.
What are you saying? I can't hear you.
Quiet down. I am trying to rest.
We have an important thing.
I'm an important
is-
thing.
You're a special princess.
I go back over to the fire. So it is fully just Estrada's gravestone.
Now you see,
Like there's
I don't
there's a
love that.
there's a gravestone over there with her name carved into it, her birthday, and tomorrow.
No,
No, that is
no.
bad.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at
Honestly, I
all.
just started running down a list of causes of death. I think she should stay away from. Maybe she should just eat soft foods for the next 24 hours to prevent risk of choking. She doesn't have any allergies, so that's fine.
I don't.
Stay on the path, avoid poisonous plants.
Yeah.
And maybe all of us tomorrow when we walk should all just sort of like be around her like a guard
Like a
detail
kill
just in
circle.
case.
Like a big
Yeah,
kill circle.
Just have an eye on her the whole time.
I
yeah.
agree with the kill circle.
Jericho's also gonna take out the book again and with Estrada.
Okay.
Just randomly flipping pages, dead stop, point,
Raccoon.
raccoon.
Wait, raccoon in the night. Someone should watch a tent at night.
Yeah,
I can keep watch at night.
well, here's the thing. Like, immediately your head goes to, oh, maybe there's like a rabid raccoon that's just gonna show up and fight it. But no, here it's a guy who is a raccoon who's gonna show up and, I don't know, stab her in the chest.
Or maybe
Yeah,
we
we should
just
keep watches.
be
We should
wary
keep
of
watches.
anything we see tomorrow.
Agreed? Especially anything that looks like it wears a mask. Everyone with me on the keeping watches thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It does help that Maple can see very far in the dark for when she's awake. For when she's awake.
Yeah.
For when she's awake.
What do you want?
You may be in need of your eyesight tomorrow. I mean tonight.
No.
You make a great point.
I know.
Okay. I'll do it first. That's fine. Um,
I can take the last watch.
I'll take a watch tonight.
And I, of course, can watch. I can watch very well.
great. So we're just all pulling guard duty on Estrada for tomorrow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Is Estrada still just staring at her grave right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah.
gently
I mean,
lead
yeah.
Estrada away from the grave
Strana,
to
it's
go
time
sit
to,
in her tent.
it's time to sleep after that.
Yeah, rest would probably be good. You, I mean, Jericho, you know more about the future than I do. That doesn't have to happen, right?
No.
I mean, I was just saying earlier about how we all have multiple futures, right?
Right, yeah.
In his
So
head, not out loud. And Jericho's just thinking, yeah, if there's ever been a clear sign.
yeah, no, the Strana didn't pick up on it, but out of character, I was like, yeah, I recognize that tone. Yeah, no, you're right. If anything, it's, a good thing, a warning to keep my eyes out.
And you're gonna be
Yeah.
fine, and we're all gonna keep an eye
Absolutely.
on you tomorrow, and you're gonna be safe.
Yeah, totally.
Has the impalement that you received this morning, how has it fared? How has it healed? How's it looking?
I mean, Colin, I assume it's been gradually healing, but I'm still damaged to the point of not having a health block, right?
Correct.
I mean, it hurts, but it's gotten a lot better.
Right, and it looks like a good rest will take care of the rest of it.
Yeah, good night's sleep. Good night's sleep will do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Sleep is the best medicine.
we'll be keeping an eye on you. And,
Yeah, and
make sure nothing else happens to you.
thank you guys.
Of course, absolutely.
And Estrana's gonna. I don't know how much sleep she'll get, honestly, but she's gonna try to sleep. Gonna snuggle down with Henrietta.
Okay. Then are the rest of you, but Jericho, heading to sleep?
He is.
I suppose.
Gotcha.
Anya, when she decides to go to her tent, is going to kind of quickly snatch Maple and rush her over to the tent and then set her down so that she can curl up again.
Gotcha. Then, at this point, as darkness begins to fall over the skybound lands, Jericho, what are you doing on this watch?
He is sort of sitting by the fire, tending to it, making sure it stays lit, and just sort of. He is looking around. He's just scanning in all directions, but he does give particular focus to a strong stand.
Gotcha. Make a physical check then.
Nope.
Neat. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Then, as you're here keeping watch by the small fire at night, the sounds of the woods flaring up as creatures move out in the dark. Is there anything else you wish to do?
No, I think, honestly, Jericho's still just in the dream mindset that he is just at the point where he doesn't let the stuff around him phase him, really.
Gotcha.
All the animal sounds, he's just ignoring him.
Mm-hmm. Then who are you waking up next for watch?
I believe Gwyn.
Gwyn? Okay. Then, Gwyn, Jericho wakes you up for watch.
Did you see anything? Hear anything?
I mean, I heard a lot of animals, but, no. Didn't see anything.
Alright. Well, I mean, that's a good sign for now. You should probably get some sleep.
Yep. Well, Gwyn, it was nice knowing you. Probably gonna wake up now, so it has been a pleasure.
Sure thing, Jericho.
And I go to sleep.
Okay. Gwyn, make a physical check.
Okay. One success.
One success. As you're here, Gwyn, looking about, you would, as you're scanning, notice something watching you from behind a tree.
Does it look like something that's humanoid?
All you can see is one big glowing yellow eye.
I'm gonna pull out my sword, and
Shoot.
not going to make any move to attack or anything just yet. I'll slowly start walking towards it and just ask, "Who's there? Why are you watching us?"
The eye blinks, and then it seems to move down into the ground, just like sinking below into kind of a nearby bush.
Do I still see it there, or has it disappeared?
It's disappeared now.
If I go over to that bush, does it look like there's anything in it?
Make a physical
Or-
check.
Okay.
Benefit 1.
Okay. Two successes.
Looking in the bush, you can't find any signs of something else, something extra.
All right. Was it making any sounds?
No, none.
Okay. Just a glowing yellow eye. Alright. If it seems to have disappeared, I'm gonna keep an eye on that spot. And I'm gonna be standing in front of Astrana's tent for the rest of the night. Or the rest of my watch, rather.
Gotcha.
And specifically keeping an eye out for that, but also an eye and ear out for just anything else weird around. But mostly focusing on whatever that was.
There would only be, like, need for one last watch of the night. Who you wanting to go wake up, Gwyn?
I believe Alfie volunteered,
Gotcha.
so I'll go wake up Alfie.
Then Alfie, we find you in your dreams. You stand watching this great expanse of hills, Alfie. Each hill covered in these flowing grasses of violet, pink, and cyan blue. They undulate and move across this place. It's beautiful, peaceful, warm. At the bottom of each of these hills, though, you're able to see a cube. It's probably a 10-foot cube. It seems to be made of, well, you're not exactly sure. Go ahead and make a mental check, Alfie.
Would love to. That is going to be... two successes.
2 successes. These cubes seem to be made of like a polished granite, but as you look closely, they're like petrified wood, actually. Maybe slightly burnt. And then as you watch these cubes, Alfie, they start to roll back up the hill. One movement after another, they begin to defy gravity and climb up, up, up. And as they climb upward, you can see with each turn, the cubes become almost spherical. Yes, the cubes are becoming spheres. But a great storm is beginning to brew, Alfie, such that by the time they are at the top of each hill, the landscape is dark. Rain beats across your face as the winds howl. As you're here looking around, all of a sudden, there's a storm wall coming at you. And as it moves, it hits you, Alfie, And all at once, as you're blinking and looking around, you find yourself in a graveyard. Graves expanding in all directions for miles. But there is a sweet smell on the breeze. What are you doing?
I think she's looking around a little bit, trying to identify maybe what that smell is.
Gotcha. As you look around, you start to make your way towards what appears to be like a small mausoleum of some kind, maybe able to fit 3 people inside of it. And sitting inside this mausoleum, this piping hot apple pie. As you stand there on the threshold, you can see it, and you can see these thin wisps of smoke just rising up out of the pie.
She'll poke the pie.
Your finger breaks through the crust. It's hot on the interior.
I guess I'll bite it.
You just pick up the whole pie and go, ow!
The dream, who's judging?
Fair enough. It's a delicious apple pie.
In a graveyard, understood. She will enjoy this apple pie as she's walking around the graveyard.
Well, as you turn back around, like looking at the graveyard, all of a sudden you just see a raccoon carrying a gravestone going, and then you wake up as Gwyn is shaking you awake.
Ah!
You alright, Alfie?
Yeah, just surprised to be woken up.
Ah. Sorry, it's time for you to get on watch for the night.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Are you sure you're alright for the watch? I could wake Anya instead.
No, good. I just need a second to actually wake up.
Okay.
Did you happen to see anything?
Yeah, I wanted to let you know you might want to be wary. I saw something I couldn't identify out there. The shadowy figure, I could only see bright glowing eyes. It disappeared before I could really see what it was, but I don't know if it's still hanging around.
Okay,
It didn't attack, but it was watching, so...
Okay, I'll keep an eye out then.
Alright.
Thank you. You should rest now.
Thank you, Alfie, but holler if you need anything.
I will not hesitate to wake everybody in this camp if there's an issue.
Good. And then I'll go to my tent.
Gotcha. Then, at the moment, just you, Alfie. What you doing?
Warming up, I suppose, and keeping an eye out.
Cool. Make a physical check at benefit 1.
Will do. Oh wait, benefit 1. That's 2 successes.
2 successes. Then, as you begin looking around, you're beginning to feel a little bit warmer. That is good. However, as you are looking around, you can see a strange floating friend kind of off at the edge of the firelight. And as you look, maybe about 40, 50 feet away from you, Alfie, you see the tombstone with Estrana's name on it. It has moved closer.
Interesting. Is the floating friend near the tombstone?
You watch as your friend descends and seemingly is just like perching on the tombstone now and looking down.
Can I identify what it is?
It's Frank.
Oh, I just heard a floating friend and I thought you were being sarcastic about it. I'm sorry.
Oh, then I said your floating friend.
Sorry. I thought we were just talking about a blob. Okay. She'll, yeah. Alfie will call out quietly a little bit towards Frank. Frank, what are you doing?
And see, still just perched there.
Are you looking at something there?
You can see the cuttlefish is just looking down, seemingly at the ground.
I'll approach kind of carefully. Maybe stopping about 20 feet away. Frank? I brought you some food. It's over there, if you'd like it.
Disappears. Shoop.
Is there anything weird about the gravestone, other than the fact that it moved?
Couldn't tell you.
Enough. Oh, sort of cautiously, because I assume the fire is a little bit more central to camp. I'll
Yeah.
kind of cautiously return to where the fire is and continue keeping an eye out for the rest of the shift.
Right. It's not long before the sun begins to rise.
Then as people are sort of like stirring, I think they'll kind of, probably to the first, whoever's up first, point out the fact that the gravestone moved.
Honestly, it probably would be Estrana.
Oh god. Good morning. I'm glad to see you still alive and awake.
Yeah, it doesn't seem so bad in the morning. Oh. Why is it
Yeah.
right there?
I'm not entirely sure. I was gonna ask you the same question. When I came out, it was just there. Creeping
If
closer.
if I walk up to it, has any of the writing on it changed?
No.
Huh. I think she's still just kind of standing there staring at it again. What's Henrietta doing? Is she still chilling in the tent?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so curious what would happen if I touched it.
You can apply the scientific method right now.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I passed it with this thing.
That was out of character, by the way. Anya is still in her tent. You can hear rustling in the tent, but she has not come out yet.
Wouldn't
What I
probably
said was
come
also
out when she heard voices.
Jericho, like slowly wakes up and reaches over for the glass of water on his nightstand and feels tent wall. And then he looks over, and then like he just comes bursting out of his tent door and looks around.
You see
Morning.
everyone.
Sees everybody.
Hello again.
Good morning.
I'm gonna skip the I told you so, but
Jericho immediately fumbles with his pockets and pulls out a cigarette, lights it.
Hey! You hear Piero
pocket.
just correct.
Different pocket.
Yeah, Piero's still like, hey, what's going on, boss?
He sticks it in his mouth, lights it, and inhales like half its length in a single intake.
Yeah, actually, can Astrana go ahead and just kind of try to trace the lettering with her fingers?
Sure. As you go and you begin to trace the lettering with your fingers, you can see that the tombstone's lettering actually begins to give off this soft, almost like golden glow.
Oh. I did something to it?
Jericho at this point is just wild-eyed, like looking in all directions.
If you've had cigarettes this entire time, can I have one?
Jericho fishes for another one and just throws it in Alfie's direction.
Thank you. What do you mean you did something to it? And now I'll hurry over.
Well, now, Astrana, you watch as new, like, wording begins to appear at the bottom of the tombstone itself. It says,
boy.
listen.
Listen?
Listen.
That's it? Just the word listen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I stop and take a moment to just listen, does anything happen?
As you kind of like bend down, like you take a moment and you listen. And the rest of you watch as from the ground bursts like these two giant symbols that immediately crash together right next to you, Astrana, as like you go reeling backward, and then you watch as this little drum set rises out of the ground and goes. And like as you're just kind of like sitting there, from below the ground, Alfie, you're able to hear laughing.
It seems you have a trickster.
Yeah, jeez.
And you watch as the tombstone actually begins to like start moving around, almost like it's like passing through the ground.
Jericho is like scratching at his head feverishly and then grabs his gun.
Do I don't have a shovel.
I think at this point, Anya's going to emerge from her tent, like fully made up. Like, I've been awake for a few hours, and what is all this sound happening now?
Jericho
Yeah,
just
she's
immediately
gonna
jerks
point.
to face. Jericho just immediately jerks to face you, like you just scared him, and he just looks at you like, huh? What?
Can I try and grab the gravestone and pull up? Is it?
Yeah, sure. As you like grip it and pull up, you can see the gravestone is attached to like this drilling mechanism. And attached to the drilling mechanism, you can see a raccoon with like goggles over his eyes and like all of this like mechanical gear on him. Oh. Well. Hello there.
As soon as he's pulled up, Anya's gonna try to cast a witch's curse on him, but as a fell curse. And my fell curse is that I want him to be super sweaty.
Oh, okay.
And therefore harder to hold?
No, I just want to make his day worse.
Yep, it goes through as you watch as this raccoon already was gonna begin to sweat, and now just begins noticeably perspiring to the point where within seconds, like, just soaked. Oh, what's going on here?
Is this your mean prank?
Scion point. What's his emotional state?
I was literally about to do the exact same thing with my learn emotional state.
He's honestly a little proud of himself.
Little shit.
So, what type of creature are you?
How do you know who that is to put the gravestone, the writing on it?
Oh, I was kind of listening in.
And that got her date of birth?
Oh, well, no, I kind of have this mechanism, and you can see, he kind of, like, pulls out what appears to be, like, this pad of paper, and as he kind of turns it around, there's, like, this magical glowing lettering. Yeah, it just gives, like, basic information about a person. Date of birth, age, eye color, blood type, shoe size.
Well, you just asked us what kind of creatures we are, and well, I can fucking tell you, I am your worst nightmare. You scared all of us.
Where'd you get that?
I'm kind of a retailer, a supplier. Name's Bungled.
At this point, I think Alvy's gonna turn around. Newton, his friend's here.
Yeah, you knew Bungled, didn't you?
Oh, Bungled, it's you! You can see the raccoon still kind of like hanging from the gravestone. Is like, hey, Newton. Hey, you're who are these people? Oh, I see. They're it's oh wackety. These guys are the Tattercoat Knights. Oh.
Yeah, and you just pissed us off.
Want a discount?
You know what? I'll take it.
I think I should get something for free.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, she gets a free thing.
Okay.
I'll take the discount, but she gets free.
Okay, alright, I got a potion of extendable neck.
Anything else?
Well, it's kind of hard. We're stuck here a little bit. I have a stick of infinite butter.
What about that pad that you're writing with?
Yeah,
That
I
gives you the
want that,
information.
actually.
Yeah, that seems actually quite useful.
Yeah, no, this is mine.
Is he still holding it in
You're
his
only using
hands?
it for mean things.
I'm not using it for mean things.
Then what
Like
was all
that?
this
I was gonna
about?
die.
Yeah,
But you weren't actually gonna die.
you made the rest of us stay up all night watching a tent to make sure nothing tried to sneak in and kill it.
I didn't make you do that. You stayed up all yourselves.
Is he still holding on to that notepad? Can I snatch it out of his hands?
Make a physical check, sure.
Okay.
Genuinely, Jericho thinks about reaching for his gun. Then he looks at Alfie and stops himself.
2 successes.
Yeah, you snatch the pad. Hey!
I'm gonna hand it to Estrana and say, told you, she deserves something for free.
I was offering things.
That's just kind of robbery at this point.
It's recompense, is what it is, Alfie. Recompense.
After what he did?
How much for the butter?
Uh, 30 gold pieces? Well, look, if you help me, I mean, if I would have known that you're the Tattercoat Knights, I might have done some different things. I want to be honest here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, look, I don't have access to a lot of my, stuff. There's a bridge that I was trying to get across just a little ways from here, and there's a troll guarding it.
Troll.
Yeah,
Troll.
Yeah, he's asking for a pretty high toll.
What's this toll?
I can't
Uh,
afford it.
well, for me, it's 500 gold pieces.
Is that for you because you did something to him?
I might have tried to tunnel under his bridge.
What was the toll
gonna
before
work
you did
out?
that?
100 gold pieces.
How did you think the tunneling was gonna work out? What's his bridge over?
A river?
Were you gonna tunnel under the river?
I was.
How'd that work out?
Well, I hit the river.
Right.
I got wet.
In which direction is this?
Points off kind of like southwest.
Why are you trying to cross that river?
I just said I have a lot of my stuff over on the other side.
Did you pay the toll to get over here?
No, you just kind of set up shop. Forest moved.
Alright, well,
Look, all right. If you get over there and do this thing and help me get my stuff, I have a club that's was made from a star. It's pretty good. It's really heavy, but pretty good.
Jericho is just rubbing his temples. Like,
I also have a sword of bird slaying. If you want to kill birds with a sword.
what? You're fine. I'll talk to a troll. Sure. Why not?
Well, yeah, thanks. Your
Let's start the day that way. Let's do that.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I look, people around these parts, they just they take differently to stuff like this, and you seemed kind of like monstrous beings.
Are you calling us ugly?
I did not say that.
But you thought it, didn't you?
You said monstrous beings.
Monsters can be beautiful.
I suppose, but usually you start it with beautifully monstrous, not just monstrous.
Ma'am, my head is empty. Like 23/7.
Your head's
Also
very
currently
sweaty.
upside down. I imagine there's a lot of blood flooding to it right now.
And you're very sweaty.
I am. This isn't usual.
is it usually worse?
No?
Jericho just sort of goes aside to Gwyn and says, I'm still thinking about that endless butter because something deep fried sounds amazing right now.
It's magical too. If you put it on an object or a person, it becomes greased to a supernatural level.
I just don't really want to deal with this guy. I kind of hate him.
I do too. You're not wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay?
Why don't you put him down? You don't have
Can I,
to
the way
hold
he's
him.
attached to the drilling mechanism, can I separate the drilling mechanism from the gravestone?
Not really. You'd have to kind of like break it.
Actually, while we're on that, did you just carve a gravestone at like a minute's notice to pull this off?
Yeah. He pulls out like a set of tools.
Did you have the stone already, or did you find one?
Oh, no, I just have this one. Like, I just kind of like patch it over, and I have some tools for it.
So how many people
Do you do this a
on a
lot?
regular basis?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a once a month type thing.
If we help you, you have to promise to never do that to anyone again.
But people like it.
Do
I
they?
love
No, they don't.
How
deserve
do
it.
people usually react to this?
Well, I mean, at first they're like, oh no, portents of doom. And then they're like, oh, Bungle, it's you.
Do they then try to kick you?
No, usually we have, like, toast. You can see Newton
Toast.
kind of nods. Yeah, as wackety as it sounds, I had toast with him after that.
Wait, he did this to
You
you?
done this to you?
Didn't say anything.
And you're friends with him?
You didn't tell me about this. I've just been in camp.
This has been an
You
incredibly,
see, Newt was sitting over on the bench.
He was sitting over on the bench.
an incredibly.
We
I
were
mean,
talking
when I
about
got
it.
over to Jericho, I was loud enough for everyone in camp.
We were talking about it kind of loud last night.
You were over like
You were-
150 feet away. He was just doing his shit.
Well, they had
He
to
was
yell
minding
so
his
Anya could
business.
hear, because Anya was like, "What's going on? I can't get up due to cat."
He was staying in his own lane.
Mm-hmm.
He was sitting over on the bench.
He was sitting over on the bench.
So Newt, tell me something.
Oh.
In Nazi Germany,
he ain't saw nothing. He ain't saw nothing.
Newton, so,
Hmm?
did you know him before he did the gravestone thing? you?
No. That's how I met him.
That's how you
He
became
okay.
friends.
So that's how he introduces himself to people.
To me, I don't introduce myself like this every time.
have you tried the simple hello?
I have.
Does it work?
Does that work better?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? We're getting the discount. Astrana's getting the free item, and you now owe us toast.
Usually I'm the one getting the toast, buddy.
Not this time.
not gonna
This
give
time
you
you're
toast.
providing the toast.
Where am I supposed to get the toast? We are stuck in a forest, and I don't know if you've heard about these breestone things. I'm sorry, your tatteredness, but I can't leave the forest. I'm gonna
We will
stuck here.
figure that. We will figure that part out. But when we do, you are making us toast.
Okay. What type of bread?
Whole wheat.
Ew, why whole wheat?
Oh, sourdough is so much better for
I
those.
see, I agree with you, your lady tatteredness.
Holla.
just
You
felt
need to make me
wrong.
holla.
I don't know what that means.
You're gonna make bread into a knot, and you're gonna cut it in half, and I'm gonna toast it.
That sounds kind of strange, but okay.
I'm trying to make this as inconvenient for you as possible.
Well, that doesn't seem very nice. Look, I did all the work for this thing. I brought the tombstone to you.
Yes, you did. But did we ask for that?
Your eyes asked for it, sir.
Oh, that is a sentence.
All right, so I got a good look. As you were checking everyone else's eyes, I was checking your eyes.
And in my eyes, you saw that guy would like one of his new acquaintances to have their life threatened.
Not
You realize
threatened. I didn't do any threatening.
That it is threatening to make someone think they're about to die.
Oh, well. For you.
I can make you sweatier.
Wait, you did this to me?
Yes, I did. It's my fault.
Oh.
And I can make it worse.
Can you, like, fix my dandruff?
I guess I could do an opposite fell curse, but I'm not gonna help you with that right now.
Oh, well, you know what? That's fair.
Maybe if you got us, like, some toast, I might do that.
Okay, if we get some toast and some free items, can we smooth this all over? I don't really want
Yes.
the Tattercoat Knights on my bad side, okay?
You know what? I think I'm good with that.
Okay,
if you
sure.
also promise to cut it with the gravestone shit.
I'll cut it. Look. I'll cut it with the gravestone shit. Okay.
Inquisitor, is he telling the truth?
Yes.
Okay. I need to know he's gonna cut it.
Look. All right. I think it's hilarious, but I understand that comedy is a thin line, and sometimes you go on the wrong side of that
You
line.
can't say anything these days.
Yeah. I mean, look. I didn't even say anything. I just wrote some stuff.
Literally the middle school boy defense. No, you don't get it. I didn't say it. I just heavily implied.
I guess this
So
place just kind of has a different sense of humor. You said people here, like, actually like this?
yeah, me and Newt became friends over it. Yeah, it was. Well, I mean, now I understand why it was so wrong. Tattercoat Knights. Real wackety.
Jericho has just finished his first cigarette and is lighting a second one. Okay.
Oh. Alright, I'm sorry for yelling at you. I guess I can get that, that you weren't expecting it to actually upset us.
Oh yeah. It wasn't supposed to be bad like that. Thank you, and the toast will be worth it. I promise. Well, if this troll is dealt with, that is.
Do you have fabric for sale?
Uh-huh.
And Anya will go ahead and snap her fingers and end the fell curse.
He's still wet. For him, it doesn't make a difference.
It's covered in fur. It's gonna stay there for a bit.
I know, it's not immediate.
After apologizing, Estrana will set him down.
You just gotta get set down.
So, there is a troll guarding a bridge, and on the other side of it is your stuff.
Uh-huh. That is true.
Okay.
That's how it's going down. And look, he drives a hard bargain. By a hard bargain, I mean the first time when I just tried to sneak by, he threw me away. And the second time when I tried to dig under, he threw me away even farther. And the third time, oh man, that third time.
What'd you do the third time?
Well, trying the tombstone thing with him.
Did it go about as well as this did?
Well, one thing led to another, and
Well,
it didn't go well.
Bungle, have you ever heard of the definition of insanity?
What's insanity?
Don't go
Oh,
into
good
this.
lord.
Oh god. Okay. Is it?
You gotta sound like my dad.
How much
Well,
stuff is over? How much
Son.
is it? Like just in a big pile? What's the deal?
A big pile. I am a retailer.
I don't know you, Bungle. I don't know your deal.
I put it in a big pit. Come on now.
Is it in the
Great.
pile in the pit?
A pit and a pile are two very different things.
But you just offered both.
Look, there are some things that are in the pit, but it's in my house.
Ah, I see. You have a
Wait,
diversified.
So your house is on the other side of the bridge?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Got it.
Technically, a house, yes.
Oh, you have multiple houses now.
Well, this one was empty.
So you found this house.
I don't have the deed, but it is mine now. I claim squatter's rights.
Squatters' rights. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Is this bridge the only way in and out of where your house is?
This forest is, it kind of takes you where you need to go.
Sure.
And it's pretty deep. I mean, there might be another way around. I haven't found it though. I was trying to find it. Then I ran into you guys, and I thought, oh man, customers! I should say hello. And that didn't go so well.
This is how
Yeah,
you
say-
get your customers.
Yeah, we've been over this. Yes,
Do you get a lot of business?
I do.
Why? Okay. How
Do you have lung
the
disease?
river? Maybe the river that this bridge is over. Is it big? Is it deep? Wide? Fast? What's the deal?
Yes.
All of them.
A little bit of magic, I suppose.
Oh, great.
Considering it punched me when I tried to dig under it, yeah.
Oh, I thought it just flooded your tunnel. It actually punched you.
I mean, but the water fist afterward flooded my tunnel, yeah. It gave me a finger waggle and then it punched me. It went, and then I was going.
So perhaps this
Does
river
the
is...
troll control it?
was gonna guess that the river somehow benefits monetarily from this toll.
I don't know. It's a very nice river. There's a rainbow over it. It's very, very nice. It looks very pretty.
You know
Like a
what?
permanent
What the
rainbow?
river have with gold?
You know what? The insanity is real. I might as well speak the language. Tattercoat Knights, can we have a huddle?
Yes.
Mhm.
Of course.
Okay.
We helping this raccoon?
He said he has stuff. I like
I'd be
stuff.
sorry.
I'd rather not, honestly, but if we can. He does have stuff we might be able to use, and
I
I
do.
suppose he's sorry.
I do want his stuff. And perhaps the customs here are a bit different. Maybe we're being culturally insensitive.
And besides, what about all that friend of my friend's stuff?
Yeah, and I think we should help him. He didn't mean anything by it.
Okay, so how are we dealing with the troll?
Hmm.
Because
Go
I
up
don't
and
know
talk
about
to
you
them.
guys, but just my pockets aren't heavy enough to just pay the toll for. But-
Yeah, I don't have enough money for that either.
Well, perhaps we can do a bit of negotiating. I mean, we've already kind of established things here don't exactly work the way you'd expect them to. In fact, that was the toll for him. Maybe the toll for us would be different, or perhaps we can talk our way out of the toll.
Sure,
Maybe
but
he'll
I
let us
just
through for being the Tattercoat Knights.
maybe
Yes.
If we're
What?
important here.
sort of where my head is at is that the Bungled needs to be on the other side because that's where he lives, and we don't have the money to pay for his toll fee.
Maybe we can talk to the troll and find out why they're charging a toll.
We
Yeah.
could try that, sure.
Systemic causes.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe two birds, one stone. We can help both the troll and Bungle if we just figure something out.
Deep breath. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can talk this out. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable solution that we can come to smooth things out between Bungle, the pranking business raccoon, and this random troll.
Out of character, I'm thinking of that one Adventure Time episode. Where they're Finn's trying to please literally everyone, like the mountain and the wrestling guys.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we're all in favor of helping them?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I like stuff. I like acquiring cool stuff. I mean, we got here, I don't have much stuff, because all my stuff's away. It's somewhere else.
If I
Oh
promise
God,
to
my
help you,
apartment.
Anya, if
What,
I,
Alfie?
Anya, if I promise to help you get more stuff, would you be willing to help me repair some of my clothes?
Yes, of course. Is that even a question?
To answer your question directly, though, I think we are helping him.
I think Destrana will stand up out of the huddle and turn to Bungle and say, all right, Mr. Bungle, we've come to a decision. We're going to help you.
Yes! Whoa! Bungle wins again! I mean, thank you so much!
I would like to establish you are on thin ice, though.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Leave the gravestone behind, though, please.
You got it.
Maybe carve it into something else. Channel
Yeah.
your energy into
Okay.
something positive. Whatever that may be for you. It's not a gravestone.
You got it. At this point, we begin to zoom out as the Tattercoat Knights, with Bungle and Newton in tow, set off for their first adventure with a troll, a bridge, and a river. And it is here we will end the session for today, as all of you can take 2 hero points.
Woohoo, thank you.
Yay!
Yippee.
Yay.
Off
Now
of
that Jericho
that.
knows this isn't a dream, he is going through it.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
Bungle.
Oh, I can't wait for Alfie to remember that she's not at home anymore and does not have to worry about parental judgment, and just start taking cigarettes from Jericho every day.
Genuinely, Jericho is just thinking, "Oh God, my landlord's gonna evict me."
Depends on the law. Depends on the law.
So
Not
I don't know if
always.
they make cigarettes here. Are you just gonna run through all your cigarettes on day 2
I might run out. I don't know.
and not be able to buy any more?
Do you have a
People-
set amount in your inventory?
What?
So do you have a set amount in your inventory?
No,
And how many
no.
cigarettes does he have left?
Do you have the
I don't
box
know.
the box of infinite cigarettes? The endless
That is
American
the worst
spirit.
magic item.
Yeah, ain't a
You
good
would
one.
love that.
Holy shit.
Colin, were we able to get successful complete rest, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
You
Yay,
did
health block
go to
returned.
sleep.
Just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, Jericho has been, pretty calm thus far. Now you guys get paranoid, Jericho. Now you
He's
guys
been-
get like
He's been
his
calm?
action. Yeah, this has been calm, Jericho.
He pulled a gun on an otter.
Yeah.
Good lord.
That's him being
And a
calm.
raccoon. And a raccoon.
He didn't actually pull the gun on the raccoon.
You can pull a gun on his troll.
I'm sure the troll will take that very well.
The troll probably won't know what it is.
Even worse. This poor troll just gonna get a gun pulled on him. Like, what is that?
I'm considering maybe we just throw Bungle across the river. Just chuck him.
It is helping him.
Yeah.
You get pranked one time, and now you're robbing. I see how it is. I see how it is. One harmless raccoon prank later.
One little Bungle.
One little Bungle. He's just a little guy.
One
He is a
bungle
little
is
guy.
all it took for me to start biting.
All it took.
He bungled it.
He was just.
I love how Maple apparently just will bite on you, just fully bite.
Mm.
Yes.
Like whenever he gets
Have you ever
annoyed.
owned a cat?
Yeah.
No, I'm allergic to cats.
Yep,
Well,
that's how cats are.
They do.
They just do that.
I will literally just be petting Pete, and she'll bite me. She doesn't. It's not hard. It's bite, and you can feel her little teeth, but she doesn't break skin. She doesn't even hurt you that much. She's
See,
just
in my head, I was fully picturing like fang insertion.
No, it's just like I have your hand in my mouth now, and I have sharp.
Just like gnawing on you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish my stupid ass street cat knew that.
Hmm.
Oh, the stupid ass street cat.
Yeah, unfortunately, she doesn't know how to play bite. We've got over this.
She only knows bite, and she's like, she doesn't know like, oh,
she
this
only
isn't
knows
fun.
fang insertion.
It'd be like that sometimes. Another successful Tattercoat adventure, gang.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my cloak powered up for next session since I did get Maple to purr.
Yes, you did. So it is powered.
Yes.
You're all good in that regard.
Code.
Thank you for the session.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for the session.
Thank you.
But yeah. Welcome to Tattercoat. There are raccoons here.
And I want to put them in a blender.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Well,
Oh my god, we need to give him cotton candy. If you
I wanna
guys
make
seen
him-
that video.
To
Yeah.
make them really sweaty, I need to put them in a blender. Make juice.
uh-oh.